What up, Dokkaners? Welcome back to Toonrami for another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. So as you know, the Extreme Z Battle has released for the STR Majin Vegeta and the Angel Super Saiyan 2 Goku. And it's called Destined Rival Saga, which I really like. So let's take a look at the details for the Extreme Z Battle event. The weakness for this event is Super Saiyan 2, so if you've got your AGL LR Gohan, you've got KFC, if you got the new units, the two dual Dokkan Fest units, you're in luck. This is going to be a cakewalk for you, especially if you've got the Tech Majin Vegeta. Let's take a look at the event itself. As you can see, you're going to be getting double the rewards in terms of the medals. However, unfortunately, since you are fighting two opponents, that does split the orbs and the Kai rewards in half. So instead of getting a full rainbow for AGL or STR, you're going to be getting half of each, leading to, this is the total amount. You're going to be getting 2,600 small, 2,000 medium, 180 large for STR and AGL respectively. And then we're also getting 5 Grand Kais for each. So basically, if you're going into this with an SA10 on both of your units, once they get their EZAs, all you have to do is just pump them up with these Grand Kais and you're done. Which is actually what I ended up doing. So one thing to take note here is since this is the first time that we're getting a double or a co-EZA, I guess you could say, since the father-son Gallic Gun, you are going to have to do a little bit of smart team building here just to make sure that you don't bring units that necessarily get you killed because you try to factor in 2 type advantages instead of just 1. So it does make for some fun team building, especially since the category of Super Saiyan 2 is very limited. And the other thing to take note is that the additional damage reduction of 70% is only for physical units. They took it easy on us for this one. So if you use physical units, you're not going to take more damage outside of the normal type disadvantage situation, but you will do significantly less damage. That is the only stipulation here that they've added after stage 14. After that, everything else is smooth sailing. So overall, I very much enjoyed this because it did make for some interesting runs, both for free-to-play and pay-to-play. Since I am missing a lot of key Super Saiyan 2 units, especially one of the 2 dual Dokkan Fest units, this was actually kind of a challenge for me. Not in the conventional sense, because I could still get it done with a pay-to-play team, but for free-to-play, oof, it was tough. It was definitely tough. So now let's take a look at the Super Saiyan 2 category as a whole. This is it. This is all you get for Super Saiyan 2. And if you just count out the physical, you have that much less to choose from. So this is pretty much all you have to choose from. And then if you're a free-to-play player, you've got even less options, as you will see very soon. The options for Super Saiyan 2, man, it was very limited, but it was fun. Now before we jump into the team builds and then check out the replays from yesterday's stream, let's take a look at the 2 units with their EZAs. So before the EZA, these guys were actually pretty good because they had just recently had their, well, not recently, they got their TURs last year. So these guys used to just be the original SSRs and they finally got their TURs last year. Now they're getting their EZAs. So pre-ZA, this Angel Goku is a Goku's family lead. Sub-lead, key plus 3, 120%. So this guy getting an EZA right there tells you this guy's going to be a lot better because his pre-ZA leader skill is key plus 3, 120. That's pretty damn good. Super attack greatly raises defense for 1 turn, causes supreme damage to the enemy. Passive skill changes STR key spheres to AGL. Attack plus 17%, defense plus 7%, and recovers 7777 HP per key sphere obtained, plus an additional attack and defense plus 3% when facing a Vegeta's family enemy. So basically, these 2 units work the opposite. They're the polar opposites of one another. So for Goku, as you're going to see on the Vegeta, the passive is slightly different. Goku is geared towards recovery and a little more all-around benefits, whereas the Vegeta unit in his pre-ZA state, let's start with a passive, changes AGL key spheres to STR, attack and defense plus 17% per key sphere obtained, plus an additional attack and defense plus 3% when facing Goku's family. So here he gains attack and defense 17%. On the Goku, he gained attack 17, defense 7. The reason why is because losing 10% defense per orb instead trades off with the 7777 HP. So you could argue that this is the better option. You could argue this is the worst one. I myself don't like this one as much as the Vegeta, but you can totally find utility for this passive. And in fact, it's going to be very useful for a lot of people in certain situations because maybe you don't have the 1000-day Goku. The 1000-day Goku is another situation where the more orbs you pick up, the more healing you get. The AGL EZA Piccolo is another one. This now fits into that category. And this is his pre-ZA. So when you check his EZA stats, his leader skill goes up to key plus 3, 130%. So this is a brand new archetype on global. I don't know. I'm pretty sure we have never had this build before as far as leader skill goes. So this is our first 130 across the board key plus 3 lead unit, and then an AGL type key plus 300% across the board. Pretty decent for an AGL type. That's all AGL types, not super or extreme, all of them. So same goes for the Majin Vegeta. And then his super attack becomes greatly increases attack and defense for 1 turn while causing supreme damage. So this guy becomes an all-out nuke. And then check out his passive. Changes STR key spheres to AGL key spheres. Attack plus 20, defense plus 10, recovers 10,000 HP per key sphere obtained. That's crazy. Plus an additional attack and defense plus 5%. So when you're fighting, let's say you're doing a Vegeta Dokkan event, the transforming Vegeta, and you take this dude in there, he's going to get 25% per key sphere. Can you imagine? Can you imagine how much destructive power could come from getting an entire board of orbs against a Vegeta? That's pretty crazy. So now let's take a look at the Majin Vegeta's EZA. So it's the same thing. Vegeta's family key plus 3, 130% across the board. STR types key plus 3, 100%. Very nice. Greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes supreme damage. And then the passive is basically the same thing. Same growth pattern. Changes AGL types to STR. Attack and defense plus 20% per key sphere obtained, plus an additional attack and defense plus 5% per key sphere obtained. So for this one, again, it's more simple. There's no recovery involved. It's just pure damage. And the reason why I like the Vegeta unit more as a whole is, first of all, number one, I'm a Vegeta fanboy. Secondly, more often than not, you're going to be taking this unit into the Legendary Goku event. That's going to be the prevalent issue. Because when you consider a Vegeta enemy event, there aren't too many. Because we don't have anything like that on Global. We don't have a Vegeta Legendary Goku event. The only thing that could come close is the recently released Infinite Dragon Ball History event with the Vegeta's family lineage as the 7 bosses. So the optimal battleground for the Angel AGL Super Saiyan 2 Goku would be that Infinite Dragon Ball History Vegeta's family run. But for Vegeta, you can run both the Dragon Ball History, you can run pretty much like any event that has Goku on it, and the main thing would be the LGE. And you're going to see in another video, we take full advantage of this passive. But this guy becomes an unstoppable force. I'm telling you, he is amazing. Now that begs the question, how do you build these 2 units? So I'm going to show you how I built my units right now. So typically what I like to do for these types of units is build both of them differently so that they can function in different ways. Since the Goku and the Vegeta are basically polar opposites of one another, with similar passives, I basically wanted to have 2 different types of units for different types of situations. So the Majin Vegeta, like I said, the main event that you would want to use this guy on would be the Legendary Goku event. And in the Legendary Goku event, damage is key. You want to do as much damage as possible, and you want to kill the guy before he kills you. So what I thought with building this unit was to give him all critical. So now you can argue critical is not the best. You want to give additionals because double stack during the same turn could be more effective, and you're probably right. But I wanted to have 2 different types of units. So you're going to see that my Vegeta is built for critical, so maximum damage on 1 attack, and then my Goku is built differently. So because of the fact that he will more often than not have the added 5% per key sphere obtained, I wanted to give him the opportunity to do maximum damage. So attack plus 25% per key sphere with a critical hit ratio of 20, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So I gave him a 6 and 20 split, 6 additional, 20 critical. Now let's take a look at the Angel Super Saiyan 2 Goku. I don't have him rainbowed, unfortunately, but he's still, I think he's at, is he 79%? Either 79% or 69%, we'll see in just a second. 69%. So since I gave the Majin Vegeta the build for critical, I gave the Goku the build for additional. The reason why is because, again, I want to see how the 2 units function. Since they're built differently, they will function differently. And also, in the end, if I ultimately realize that one build is better than the other, I'll at least have one of the 2 units already there. So since this guy gains health, since this guy focuses on attack over defense, I thought maybe giving him additionals might be the more effective approach because he's going to be getting less defense per key sphere. So if you improve your odds of getting additionals, then maybe you can get double super attacks on 1 turn and increasing your defense twice over. Since he doesn't have as much to begin with, getting a double defense boost would be much more beneficial than having just the 1. So that is the justification behind having the Goku use the additional. So what are your thoughts on these builds? Do you guys feel the same way? Let me know your thoughts in the comments on these 2 builds. So since this guy's at 69%, I gave him 14 additional and 3 critical. I wanted to give at least a little bit of critical in there. So can't give it all 2 additional. So that's the split for right now. When he gets more dupes, I will add more into his hidden potential. But that is it for the builds of the 2 units. Now, lastly, let's take a look at the team builds. Usually for these EZA runs, I like to run with free-to-play first because it's not that fun to me to just use the most powerful team and steamroll the competition using the same overpowered team over and over and over. It's just not fun to me. So what I like to do for these EZA runs on stream is to try free-to-play first. I like to beat as much of the event as possible free-to-play, and then if I need to, call in reinforcements with the pay-to-play team. So this is the first iteration of the free-to-play team that I ran for the EZA. Now, as you can see here, there's only one Super Saiyan 2 unit, and this was a common problem for free-to-play. There are not too many Super Saiyan 2 units in free-to-play, let alone the regular category. So making teams was a pain in the neck, let me tell you. So this is the first iteration. I used a youth team. The reason why I used a youth team was because, number one, it would allow the Tech Super Saiyan 2 Gohan to get some sort of a boost with free-to-play means, and the friend unit would be the most important unit. The friend unit would end up being the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, and he is a youth unit, so bringing a youth category friend unit on a youth-led team does end up working out, and we actually go pretty far with this team. This team alone gets us to about stage 23 or 24, I believe, so it actually worked out pretty well. And then when things started to get dicey, I decided to switch to my pay-to-play team, which is this. Pay-to-play team, all Super Saiyan 2 Kamehameha units. The AGL Gohan is my only Super Saiyan 2 unit that I can be proud of. I don't really have anybody else. So this guy led the way for me with his Kamehameha / Super AGL lead. I was able to bring both Kamehameha units with transforming Goku, the Gohan, the Super Saiyan 2 Goku, and then Vegeta and Caulifla gained the sub-lead benefits, both from my unit as well as the friend unit. I couldn't really use Tech Majin Vegeta for this event when using my pay-to-play team because the Tech Majin Vegeta doesn't fit in Kamehameha and he's not Super AGL. So if I was to run him, I would have had to have a copy of the Tech Vegeta myself, which I don't. So this was actually a pretty easy team to use. The only problem is that this was actually originally a mono AGL Super Saiyan 2 team. So let me show you what it looked like with the Super Saiyan 2. So this is the original iteration of the crew, and we were able to do pretty well in the fight. But then when we got to the latter part of the EZA, when we're fighting the AGL and STR units, I started to notice that the fights were taking longer because we were doing decent damage to the STR unit, but the AGL just would not go down. That neutral damage just wasn't getting it done, even with the fact that they were Super Saiyan 2s. So because of that, I had to go back into my squad and make a few changes, which is why I took these two guys out and I threw in Super Saiyan 2 Goku and Super Saiyan 2 Gohan instead, just to throw a little bit of variation in there and maybe help with the damage on the AGL Goku. And it ended up working out, but still, it was a little annoying because it was a little time consuming, and at certain points I just found myself wondering, how much longer is this going to go? This is just one fight. The most interesting thing about all of this is actually not the team that I used to beat the event as a whole. Stage 30 was not beaten by this team. Stage 30 was defeated by this team, a free-to-play Super Saiyan 2 led team. How? I don't know. Most of the credit is going to go to the Tech Majin Vegeta. The Tech Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta is so important. I cannot. It's starting to feel like the Cooler situation all over again, having not been able to pull this guy. This guy is really good. But you know what? That's enough of me talking. Now it's time to check out the replay. Stage 29, pay to play. Stage 30, free to play. Super Saiyan 2s, let's go. Which of the two EZA units do you prefer? Vegeta. I'm a Vegeta fanboy. I love Vegeta. Always and forever, Vegeta. Try taking out Vegeta first, since all your units are superclass. But the Vegeta is the one unit that has carried the team. So taking him out is basically a death sentence, because that team doesn't work without a Super Saiyan 2 category leader. Yeah, you might be right. You might be right. All right, you know what? We'll try it. We'll try it on stage 30. How about that? We'll try it on stage 30. Free to play. Free to play. Just deny his transformation from Vegeta friend. How can you do that? I have to check. Jarvis, go!
If he supers, I'm dead. F in the chat.
That's really dramatic. If he supers, I'm dead. I'll try that. I'll try that. Remember the free-to-play no item Android Cell Saga run? I think you were there for that when I rage quit from the stream. Remember that? Wants to stop by and say hi. Hey, Cinder, what's up, dude? Jeremy, I'm on stage 29. Stage 29. Have you ever watched Nice Try, He's Funny? I have. And he was unfortunately, he was canceled soon after because of the garbage. One final try, stage 30. Let's do it. Receives a boost from Babidi's sorcery when facing only one enemy when HP is 80% or more. Oh, okay, so you know what? Okay, that gives me an idea. That gives me an idea. We're gonna keep both people alive, and then when they're both close to death, then we'll take them out. But we gotta survive, which means we gotta get lucky with these super attacks. If we get super with the wrong type, that could be GG, no re. But look, this is a good turn. This is a good turn. Who's got the highest defense? Yikes. All right, so we're gonna put Cabba in the second slot. And let's try to do more damage on... Actually, no. We're going to have him go after Vegeta. This is a bad rotation, so whatever damage we take here is going to hurt. I don't know what's wrong with my game. I think my nice try. Nice. Are you a free-to-play player? Emmy, no, I'm not, but I do love free-to-play. I do love free-to-play. I love the appeal of beating something with units that I didn't have to pay for. Oh, no, this guy is AGL, so that's fine. This is fine. Ooh, nice additional. Am I hearing music on Dokkan stream? Yeah, it's a bunch of different music. All right, so we've done a little more damage. I'm getting nervous with the health. Let's have everybody go after Vegeta. Let's pile on Vegeta on this round. Let's do it. Oh, I see. I see what you did there. Very nice. 343 attempted to replicate Bungie's magic but failed. To them I say, nice try. 343, I don't like 343. Don't like him. Deku's a simp and worst protagonist. So we're doing much better now. So I think we can actually, let's see. Next turn Vegeta comes back. So we don't want to take out one guy now. Let's try to spread the wealth here. Let's see how this works. This could either go very well or very poorly. Hey dude, have you ever watched Barney the Dinosaur? What is that? Was gonna go on a trip to Sokon, but it got canceled. Oh, I see what you're doing. You know, if you played that card in the beginning, Zena, you would have got me. Nope, didn't work. That was a good one though. That's a good one. That's a good one. Didn't work. Now we are in good shape. Here we go. Here we go. Free to play. Oh, we're totally getting this done. We're totally getting this done, folks. It can be done. Yes! Just don't super me. If you super me, I'm gonna cry. And if I die, I'm gonna cry even more. It was the one opponent thing that I was thinking about. I didn't even think about the HP thing. I went with the one opponent thing and it worked. Yes! Oh, we got an additional too? Hey! Yes! Free to play! Stage 30. We did it. Yes! Hate to admit it, that Tech Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta is something else. Not a single AGL unit in sight, and we got it done.